awesome weekend at my uncle and auntie's, and now we are headed back to Portage. So first stop, Wildwood Charger, leaving with 97%, should arrive with 50-some%, and the drive home is going to be much easier because the wind is out of the northwest and it's all downhill. Pretty excited about that. Just met a Ferrari going the other way. That was cool. We've definitely learned that you do not want to put the supercharger destination in until you're darn sure you have enough power to get there, because we were averaging less than 300 watt hours per kilometer without it in there, and as soon as I added whitewood in there to start preconditioning the battery, the usage went up to 379 watt hours per kilometer. So there's something we learned. That could possibly have been why we had such a tough time. Oh, it's at 3 to 7 now. Why we had such a tough time getting to Whitewood from Brandon, that we didn't realize the battery was preconditioning as much as it was. Sure nice to arrive at Wildwood Supercharger with 44% instead of 3. What a huge difference it makes to have the wind at our back and be driving downhill. Time to cook lunch, which is one of the wonderful things about having the trailer attached to our car. While it charges, we can relax. Well, nice thing about stopping when we're charging is we can cook our lunch and relax in the trailer. Stuffed peppers for lunch.
I wish to use the paper plates when we're in transit, just so that I don't have to wash any dishes. You gotta be careful when you open these things after you've been traveling, because sometimes things just fly out. Lunch is ready. Turned out pretty good. Not perfect, but will do. The next charger is at a Walmart in Brandon, Manitoba. So I'm gonna go get some groceries when we stop there. Sound like a plan? How long will we be charging in Brandon? 20 minutes?
Half an hour. Well, we have been here 29 minutes. We're not even done our lunch yet, and the car says it has almost finished charging. So it's pretty handy.
I'm just about ready to go. What's the charge at now, honey?
98%.
You're gonna wait till it gets to 100?
After our experience coming up here, that might not be a bad idea.
I don't think it's worth waiting for the last 2% or 1% now, do you?
Well, it's going to take 95% to get the next charger. So after our experience of getting here, we might want to.
Oh.
It's getting close to $14 and Colette is panicking. And yet I see all of those rigs over there putting $300 worth of fuel in their campers. And trucks putting $100 and some worth of diesel fuel in. So I think we're pretty good at $14. I've actually never charged to 100% at a supercharger. But like I said before, we don't want to repeat the trip here.
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
$13.66.
well,
How do we stop it? Do I just go
not,
and plug it?
It's not quite there yet. It just says that. We're going to wait until it actually stops and see what happens with the supercharger when it actually stops at the top.
Okay, he's giving me the go-ahead to finally unplug it. What's the total? We're at 477 kilometers range, it says, for 100% battery, and $14.51. I can't get it out.
Hey, stop the video. Stop the video.
I got it.
You have to turn it around. You can't do it the way you do it.
I'm sure you guys remember when we're on our way to Whitewood, on the way down to Indian Head, there was a point in the trip where we were going only 65 kilometers an hour, and we were very concerned that we weren't going to make it to the charger. Well, we're just passing through that same area now, and today there's no wind, so we are doing way better. We're going 90 kilometers an hour. Our projected range is 190 kilometers, and our average watt hour per kilometer is 270. So the trip home is way better. No stress.
We used 49% of the battery at 90 kilometers an hour to return from Whitewood to Verdun, whereas on the way out there we used 57% of the battery, and quite a bit of the trip we went very slow, from 65 to 75 kilometers an hour.
We pulled into the chargers with 20% remaining in the battery. We're charged up to 90 and gonna hit the road back to Portage la Prairie. Okay, we are almost home. There's 11 minutes till we pull into our driveway. The computer says we have 32% left in the battery right now, and we will have 30% when we arrive home. So I would say we pulled it off. And oh my gosh, the return trip was so much easier, way less stressful. It was just super easy on the way home.
Yeah, but I found out why. My uncle, who is a Saskatchewanite, told me that Manitoba sucks and Alberta blows. So his theory is that we just got sucked back into Manitoba by the wind that blows out of Alberta. I don't know. That's what he figures. So it was all good. It was lots of fun to go see my relatives. This is part 3 of a 3-part series. Part 2 is definitely the ankle, or the, what do you call it there? Just the nail biter version of the whole expedition. So make sure you watch part 2.
Yep.
Anyways.
See you next time.